Today we're going to be talking a little about direct dish receivers and all the hardware that comes with them. I don't have the cords today, they're out in the garage. They're just copper. We all know what cords are. And I'm showing this to show what's in them, what we can recycle, and why we need to recycle. And think about this. There's 350 million people in the United States. On average, about every 10 years, you're going to change these boxes 5 or 6 times. Everybody. How many millions of these receiver boxes are going to be out there laying around and stuck in landfills? When I do the numbers of how much each piece of steel or aluminum is worth, think of not 1 or 2 or 10, but billions, and I do say billions with a B. How many of these things are out there? That's a lot. Okay, let me show you how to tear these apart. They get a little involved. I'm going to lay them out on the table so we understand, and I'll explain what value they are. I will start tearing these apart, and then I'll show you what the pieces and parts are. This is all just plastic. That can be recycled very easily. This is the card, ID card, I assume. What's important about this is that little gold square. That is gold. Not much, but it is gold. Inside of here, I don't know if you can see it, this little silver thing. That little silver thing and that. These are oscillating chips. Now, they're not very big. They're aluminum, and what's inside is silver crystals. We all know that crystal or silver is worth money. If you look at this chip, it doesn't look very impressive, but there's gold in it. Well, that's surprising. This is also aluminum. That can be recycled. The board itself can be recycled. It's about 10 cents a pound right now. Some of these are a little hard to get apart. Hold on seconds. Basically, you just need a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. Again, that's just plastic, but it can be recycled. You can turn it into either petroleum, walls. I know a guy down in South America is turning them into walls. There's also a gentleman in India that is turning them into petroleum. We'll get this controller out of the way, and then we'll show you what's inside. This is the hard drive. That's all cased aluminum and another circuit board. If we look in here, all of this is aluminum. This is aluminum. More oscillating diodes. The case is steel. We have copper, and aluminum. Very simple. These little chips have a little bit of copper inside of them. Now you wouldn't think this is very much. But when you think about it in terms of a billion, these little chips are just aluminum. They're about 1/10 of a gram. If you add all of them up over a billion, we're talking tons of aluminum. Copper isn't much, but when you're talking tons of copper, that gets it kind of expensive. And things to remember, with aluminum, if you go to recycle it, it's 1,000 times cheaper, energy-wise, to recycle it per taking raw ore and processing it. So, where it might take $1 to recycle it, it'll take $1,000 of energy cost to recycle it, to get fresh ore. Same with copper. Copper is 50 times more expensive to mine it than it is to recycle it. Some of the copper we have today has been around for centuries. Aluminum, copper, steel it's about 30 times more energy. Now, that isn't much, you think. Well, if you're worried about your carbon footprint, think of how much you can save on your carbon footprint by recycling all this. Think of how much you can save by money-wise. And I don't know if you know this, but these little chips, both here and in here, Apple was recycling computers 2 years ago. They made $30 million just recycling this little bit of gold. In all things, it's a good idea to recycle. We need to start recycling in the United States because all of these get thrown in the dumpster. That's where I got these. We need to recycle and save money and cut our carbon emissions a whole lot. Thank you. Have a good day.